In 1974, the United States government presented a massive deep-sea mining expedition to the public. They had a colossal ship, billionaire funding, and advanced technology. But the operation was a cover. They were attempting to pull a lost Soviet nuclear submarine from 3 miles beneath the Pacific Ocean. The story began in February 1968. Soviet submarine K-129 left its base in Kamchatka, Russia, on a routine patrol. It carried 98 men, nuclear-armed ballistic missiles, and highly classified military codes. Then the vessel went silent. The Soviet Navy launched a massive search operation, scouring the Pacific for weeks, but they found nothing. Officially, K-129 was declared lost at sea. However, the U.S. Navy detected something the Soviets missed, a specific series of acoustic implosions. Using their classified underwater hydrophone network, the Americans traced those signals. By analyzing the intersection of these acoustic waves, they determined exactly where the wreck was resting. This created a massive intelligence gap. The Americans knew the exact coordinates of the enemy's most sensitive military assets, while the Soviets remained completely unaware. The K-129 was sitting approximately 16,500 feet beneath the surface. To visualize that depth, you have to imagine 3 miles of vertical water. At this depth, the environment is actively hostile. It is pitch black, the temperature is near freezing, and the water exerts a crushing pressure of over 7,000 pounds per square inch. It was, by all existing standards, unreachable. But the intelligence sitting in that darkness was too valuable to ignore. Recovering the codebooks would allow the U.S. to decrypt years of secure Soviet communications and reveal the exact state of their nuclear weapon technology. When CIA Director Richard Helms presented the plan, President Nixon authorized the mission immediately. They were going to bring the submarine up. To reach the target, the CIA had to solve engineering challenges that had never been addressed. They would need a vessel and a lifting system capable of functioning under thousands of tons of water pressure just to reach the prize. The operation faced a logistical nightmare. The CIA needed to lift a 2,000-ton submarine without being detected by Soviet spy satellites or the naval patrols that regularly scoured the area. They turned to Howard Hughes. As an eccentric billionaire known for expensive and bizarre projects, Hughes was the perfect front. His involvement ensured that a massive, inexplicable maritime project would be viewed as just another one of his personal obsessions. Together, they created a detailed cover story, a commercial mining operation designed to collect manganese nodules from the ocean floor. The CIA built the Hughes Glomar Explorer, a 618-foot vessel dedicated to this single mission. The cost, in today's currency, was approximately $800 million. The ship featured a secret internal chamber called a moon pool. This massive space allowed the submarine to be pulled inside, completely hidden from observation. Inside was Clementine, a giant mechanical claw designed to descend 3 miles and lock onto the hull. By leveraging Howard Hughes's reputation, the CIA managed to hide a massive espionage operation in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in full view of the world. By the summer of 1974, the Glomar Explorer was in position. Clementine began its slow descent. It took weeks of precision maneuvering just to align the claw over the wreck site. While they worked, a Soviet warship arrived on the horizon. It began circling the American vessel, its crew watching for any sign that this wasn't a standard mining operation. The Americans had to maintain their cover perfectly. They continued their fake mining routines on deck, while miles below them, a mechanical claw was attempting to steal a Soviet nuclear submarine. Eventually, the Soviets moved on. Clementine made contact. The mechanical arms gripped the corroded hull and began the long, vertical lift toward the surface. For several days, the operation appeared to be a success. The U.S. was successfully retrieving the most valuable intelligence asset of the Cold War. But the plan was undone by the sheer physical degradation of the submarine. After 6 years of extreme pressure and corrosion, the hull had become brittle. Under the stress of the lift, the steel began to fracture. The submarine broke apart. Massive sections of the vessel plummeted back into the darkness, falling 3 miles back to the ocean floor. The CIA managed to bring only the forward 38 feet of the submarine into the moon pool. Within the wreckage, they found the remains of 6 Soviet sailors. The American crew gave them a formal burial at sea, filming the ceremony to document that the men were treated with military honors. Despite the massive investment and the engineering effort, the US had only recovered a fraction of the submarine. The true intelligence value of what remained in that 38-foot section was kept hidden for decades. In 1975, a leak to the press exposed Project Azorian. The revelation caused an international scandal, and the CIA was forced to shut down the project, abandoning any plans to return for the rest of the sub. However, many details remain classified. While the official story claims the most valuable sections were lost, redacted documents suggest the recovery included 2 nuclear torpedoes and specific cryptographic equipment, providing